Hi, I'm Brandy Jordan, and this is the Inner Compass Report. Today is Wednesday, July 23rd, and in Richard Corbett's Celestial Transit Report, he spoke of today being the last day of the lunar cycle. He spoke of this threshold of integration, this moment before moving into our next iteration of being, that we allow a moment of rest, of tenderness, of stillness. He spoke of the sun in gate 56, highlighting our stories. Are we seeing what love sees, or are we still the victim of our stories? He spoke of Venus square Mars, asking us to feel into the relational tension between the masculine and feminine, not just in our own bodies, but in the world around us and in our relationships. He reminded us that friction is for our evolution. It's not conflict to fix, to frame it as friction for evolution. He shared with us the sextiles and trines between the sun, Uranus, Saturn, and Neptune. And he said that there was no good or bad. He reminded us that there is just a spectrum of consciousness, and that healing today means accepting where we are on the spectrum. The sun opposing Pluto reveals the power struggle that we feel inside this, between the childlike inspirations of our past and the adult that is asking for maturity and progress. This ability to find balance between the limitation and play. Mercury retrograde in gate 7 speaks of self-leadership and slowing down and seeing what the logical narrative that you've been sharing is, and seeing if that is still representative of you and your truth today. And Wednesday, this day, being the day for softening, swaying, letting our body react to the narratives so that our authentic rhythm can return, instead of our mind reacting to narratives and making decisions, to allow our bodies to react to those narratives so that something new can emerge. And so today I want to offer the somatic invitation of sitting our jaw, our chest, our shoulders, our arms, and our torso, back, belly, our thighs, knees, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. Where does your story come from? Where does your body hold a story? This invitation is to bring your awareness to every part of your body in body scans. You can be as vague as I was or as detailed as you'd like to be, but put your attention on each part of your body and ask what story is here. And let these stories be told. Gate 56 in Leo is inviting us into loving ourselves in such a way that nothing can impede, no naysayer, no chaotic destruction of systems around us can move us from our unshakable inner core. This is the practice that we are within. Whatever you believe about what is happening in the future, whether you believe that a collapse of systems is happening or not, what we see around us is chaos in a way that we haven't seen before in a long time. And so the invitation may look like chaos, but it's always the backwards mirror. It's always the opposite. What you see out there is asking for the opposite. So when we see chaos, it is being invited into self-love, into grounding into the truth of who we are and telling a different story. Because when we do that from an elevated state of love, compassion, connection, rather than the state of fear and panic and division, when we create from compassionate, open-hearted awareness, when we see what love sees, when we tell the stories like love would tell them, we, in what physics would call, collapse the wave function of possibility. We literally create our future through the stories that we tell. And so the invitation here is to feel in your body what stories want to be told. To do that with an awareness of love and compassion and open-heartedness, and to tell the story as if you had love's glasses. And when you tell the story from that perspective, you create a reality that invites us all into it. And so slow to the pace interrupts the narratives. This is what we do in therapy. This is what we do when you sit and you come and have a session. We slow and see different perspectives until you are able to change the narrative that is running and collapsing the wave function of your life. How can you change your life? It is in slowing and seeing the stories you tell and seeing if they're still true for you, seeing if there is a way that you'd like to look at them differently. And so to embody this slowing pace, this moment where it feels a little scary for us to be with the feelings that arise within us because we haven't done it a long time. We live on the outside of ourselves. And so this fear maybe, or this whatever arises in our bodies from the stillness and softness that we are asking, we are going to sit with it in this embodiment invitation in just a slow and gentle sway, a soft intoning humming as we move from side to side. And what this is going to do is interrupt the narrative. It's going to allow you to stay present in the moment. It's going to allow you to be here with yourself as your body moves back and forth. Now the rhythm will reveal what's real. What I mean by that is the thoughts that continue to circle or the feelings that stay true after that movement is present are ones that will reveal a rhythm, a truth, a story being told. When you read back your journal entries, you can see the patterns. That's what we're doing with our thoughts in this practice. So thank you for being here and being alive in this practice with me. I'll see you tomorrow.